Hi, welcome to Art Theory. Today let's talk about an art movement called abstract expressionism. What is abstract expressionism? It was intended to include not just the work of painters who used fields of color and abstract shapes to fill their canvases, but also those who used forceful gestural expressionism to assault their canvases. Despite this, abstract expressionism has become the most widely recognized label for a group of painters that had a lot of similar interests. All were devoted to art as self-expression, born of deep feeling and universal ideas, and most were influenced by Surrealism's legacy, which they adapted into a new style appropriate for the post-war climate of dread and trauma. These New York artists' success dethroned Paris as the leader of contemporary art, paving the way for America's domination of the worldwide art scene. Self-expression. Many abstract expressionists were significantly impacted by Surrealism's concentration on mining the unconscious, which was introduced to New York by political instability in Europe in the 1930s. It piqued their interest in mythology and archetypal symbolism, and it formed their perception of painting as a battle between self-expression and subconscious chaos. The majority of abstract expressionism's artists reached maturity in the 1930s. They were influenced by the communist politics of the time and learned to respect personal experience-based art. Many continued to adopt the stance of vocal avant-gardists, despite the fact that few would maintain their former extreme political ideas. Their work was praised for being distinctly American in character, with massive size, romantic atmosphere, and expressions of rugged individual independence. Important part of abstract expressionism. Stills, fiery bursts and crackly lines of intense colors that conjure tears and gashes were unique from Rothko's more simple washes of color or Newman's thin lines, despite being one of the most notable color field artists. This is seen in The No of December 1957. A big piece that evokes natural forms and occurrences such as cave stalagmites, caverns, and other intriguing components that exist just beyond the surface of our ordinary conscious awareness. The interactions between foreground and background in stills compositional components evoke life's waltz between light and dark, which Still loved to portray as life and death merging in terrified unity. Pollock's famed drip paintings, in which paint was spilled, splattered, and applied by the artist in a highly physical manner from above to a canvas that lay on the ground, are exemplified by this picture. This method of portraying interior emotional turmoil via gesture, line, texture, and composition was a turning point in Pollock's career and contributed to establish the New York School of Artists. The term action painting was coined by critic Rosenberg in response to these works, and the growth of abstract expressionism was inextricably linked to this unusual blend of chance and control. Excavation is one of Willem de Kooning's most renowned works, and a true depiction of his abstract expressionist style. In it, we see a multitude of outlined forms that are abstractions of familiar shapes right on the periphery of recognition. Fishes, birds, jaws, eyes and teeth. After this frenzied pileup of imagery, de Kooning would then, with signature chaos and deliberation, remove, scrape and add paint until he unearthed what he wanted. The resulting piece presented a true excavation of the artist's mind and movements in the moment. Verhericus Sublimis was, at 95x213, Newman's largest painting at the time it was completed. In it we see a vast field of dark red punctuated twice with vertical lines that Newman coined zips. He believed that this abbreviated signature motif could communicate qualities of humanity which found echoes in ancient art. He intended audiences to view his paintings from a close vantage point, allowing the colors to fully surround them. Hence, he was considered to be a color-field painter. He also felt the intimacy the painting provoked was much akin to two people meeting and the kind of inherent chemistry that evoked. Abstract Expressionism's color-field paintings are exemplified by Mark Rothko's work. Color variations are used to title each painting, which all include soft, rectangular bands of color running horizontally across the canvas. This type of chromatic abstraction is exemplified by violet, green, and red. Brush stroke and paint texture were important to color-field artists, but they grew to see color as the most potent communication instrument. The purpose of Rothko's color blocks was to establish a connection with the viewer's subconscious, to give a quiet, meditative place in which to visually analyze one's own feelings and associations with the chosen palette. Out of prescribed colors, he attempted to distill an essence, or real nature. Klein's art is representative of Harold Rosenberg's action painters. But, no matter how energizing and urgent his images appeared to be, they were always meticulously executed. As a result, critics have speculated extensively about the sources of photos like this one. Chief was the name of a locomotive Klein recalled from his boyhood, and the picture might be understood as a sensory recollection of the locomotive's strength, sound, and steaming engine. Some speculated that the artist's fascination with black was influenced by his upbringing in a coal mining village that was heavily influenced by heavy industry. Bullfight is a raucous display of passion and color in a variety of brush strokes that cover the canvas in a chaotic symmetry. According to the artist, her style is as follows. Character is more important to me than style. Character emerges through the job. The work is given a style that is applied or forced on it. Style may be confining. Her art is recognized for its desire for freedom, as well as movement, attention to balance and design, and careful color, shape, and composition choices. Art theory is an initiative to demystify the art world. Each week, a new episode will be put online. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and activate the bell.